don't forget about the great rewards you'll unlock for playing draft. Oh, a tough decision on their hands now. And this early on, it's one you can't afford to get wrong. Certainly, Patriots will be a hot commodity here. We've seen one go already. Might we see a second? And that's a pick that'll solve a lot of problems out there. He'll fit in nicely. This is a pretty telling pick here. Do you go for a big bruiser up front or get yourself someone who could be a difference maker at a skill position? Still some big holes remaining to be filled. Here's where you may have to go after a lower-rated player just to make sure you get covered. Well, not too tough to see into the thought process of that pick. Oh, no question that this guy's going to grade out as a huge impact over what was there before. Three choices here, all of them impact players. Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches or someone who can really help you out at a playmaker type spot? And with time running short, you've got to hope some guys fall into your lap or you could be left with some real holes on your roster. Boy, it's finger crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes available. Both offensive and defensive options here. They might have to ask themselves which side of the ball needs more attention. And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way. And now is where you need to make these last picks count. Time to fill any holes you can before it's too late. Now it's getting to the time of the draft where you really want to get lucky and hope somebody falls into your lap. The lineup screen should be pretty self-explanatory. If you'd like to make some executive decisions on your lineup, you can do so here.
Thank you, Larry. Brandon Gaudin, along with Charles Davis here in the booth. We are set for a spectacular draft champions matchup and some spectacular talent on your screen right now. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get down to the field for kickoff. And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in draft champions. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now a carry for the veteran. This is D'Angelo Williams. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Going for the deep ball. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. John Brown, 58 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
That's fielded in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. They come up in an offset eye. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. And he fires one, but incomplete. He was trying to hit Jameis Olawale, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. 14. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a pickup of 17 there. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. On 1st down, Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game. Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then they don't come down with the football.
Here's Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Texans defense stands tall. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Deep drop. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he's brought down after a good gain. It goes as a pickup of 23. Good enough for an Oakland 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Again on 2nd and 10. It's Wilson. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack. Oh, that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that. And the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
This will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise if this will come up short.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On 2nd down, here's Manning. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And it'll be 3rd down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
From the gun on 3rd down, Manning looking here for Smith downfield. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Steve Smith, 58 yards, and the Texans will extend their lead.
Partner, one of the cardinal rules of defense is that if you're in position to make a tackle, you need to make it.
Well, and if you can't make the tackle before that, you just got to knock that ball down, right?
Yeah, something has to happen because we saw the end result there. Missed tackle, he goes all the way and takes it for a touchdown.
This is fielded at the goal line. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Oakland. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
And that one makes it 14-7. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is taken near the 13. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Snap comes at one. Manning is going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Houston. Steve Smith, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. On second down, here's Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Steve Smith that time. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Shift together here from the D-line. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And to the tight end, Olsen, right side. And he's brought down. Give him 11 on the gain there. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st down.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Funches with a catch over the middle. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it, now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it, we can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They'll come out in the pistol. Wilson will throw again. His throw incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
He's got the completion to Strong. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Jalen Strong, the intended receiver, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Greg Olsen, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are back within a score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken near the 13. And now out comes Houston. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's Manning to throw. He's going to launch this thing. That's caught at the 25. A big play there just before halftime. And even 40 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They go play action here on first down. And Olsen over the middle. Well, they have the yards anyway, so they're going to decline the penalty. So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Backing up. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now it's Wilson. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was trying to hit Jameis Olawale that time. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On first down, Wilson gets it to Strong. And they get 28 yards on that one. And it'll give the Raiders a first down. They try the corner route there, Charles, and it works to perfection.
Boy, that's hard on a defensive back because if you get any faker move to the inside, you have to respect it, and then the receiver breaks back to the sideline.
Now Wilson on first down. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. Third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Throwing is Manning on third down. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. And they're going to try for the fourth down conversion. Manning and the offense staying put. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
He's got a man complete. An unbelievable play there on fourth and long. 43 yards. Offense comes to the line now. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. Now a pitch out to Williams. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Time to tighten up the seatbelt just a little bit, partner, because that was a safety that crashed in there and made that play behind the line of scrimmage. How about that pursuit?
And it's knocked away and incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
They'll throw again from their own end zone. And the man open here is Strong. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And a nice little pass and catch there on the corner route.
Set up very well by the receiver with a head and shoulder fake inside before he comes back downhill to his quarterback.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Wilson. And to the tight end, Olsen, right side. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on third. Wilson now to throw on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. The open man is Smith. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
As a defender, I always found the slant route extremely difficult to cover unless you're able to jump on top of it early, because once he gets his hands on the ball, he's at full speed going away from you.
It all happens in the blink of an eye, doesn't it?
It really does. The timing is so important. That ball's got to be out of the hands of the quarterback and to the receiver like that. And if it is, you often get a very successful play.
Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it a second down. Second down, 8. Again, Wilson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And just like that, it's third down. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Over the middle to Smith. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's Wilson, and this one complete to Smith. And he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And that'll be good for an Oakland first down. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Wilson to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can. How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
On second down, here's Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. Oh, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. On third down, Wilson. This will be caught just inside the 10. Time for a break. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be fourth down. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw, and that's caught by Smith. It's a gain of 5, and the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a first and goal, and they're going to speed things up here. So now it's first and goal. Stepping up, he'll try and run. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They come out here in the I. Second and goal from the 1. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Damian Williams punching it in from a yard away. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Love the excitement we've got going here. They just scored the touchdown. They're down by 1. How much fun is it now to figure out the possibilities? Kick the extra point and tie it. Go for 2 if they're really feeling in a gambling mood. What do you do in this situation?
I think you kick the PAT.
Yeah, I do too. Kick it, get my defense ready, and try and stop them one more time.
And now out comes Houston. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do...
And got his man complete. That one goes for 38 yards. And it's good enough for a Houston first down. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gordons get together, that's what I'm...
Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And as the 4th quarter winds down here, we're all even.
And no one wants this game to extend. They want to go ahead and win it right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right around the 16. A gain of 3, second down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Manning. And his throw here's incomplete. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Now Manning. The open man is Smith. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Steve Smith in the final minute. And the Texans have broken the tie.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. That'll be taken in the end zone. And now here come the Raiders. 1 possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Back to throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. One last shot for Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. And it's Clinton-Dix with a pick. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, certainly a tough loss here, but they've got